Hey guys, my name is Skylines and welcome back to another episode of Dead End here in Skylines, where last episode, guys, we built our very own version of Area 51, a secret military base over in the sand dunes of the desert. And it actually kind of fully functions as an actual airport, so real planes do land, people and passengers come in and out of it, and it's kind of hilarious. And they got a long drive all the way back into the main civilization area, but it's all part of the fun. It's all part of the jazz we have rocking and roll today. Now, actually, today there's a couple of things I want to do. One, I want to first talk about what we're going to be having planned in the next few coming episodes and kind of guide you along where we're going to be going. And two, I want to finally sort out that roundabout by Oxbrook. I'm going to get rid of it, and we're going to add in a free tier interchange, if that makes sense. It might look elaborate, but it's going to be really, really simple. Just so we can finally get rid of the issues that we're having around it. And because the area is now more and more busy, I think it now warrants something a bit more dedicated than just a roundabout. So if you guys do enjoy this episode and this series and want to see more, then please make sure you smash that like button down below. If you're new around here, then make sure you do subscribe so you're notified when that next episode does come out. But this is the roundabout in question. This one here. I want to change this. I want to create a proper interchange. Have some flyover roads, some fly under roads, some fly roads, all the flyers. And just have something a bit more dedicated rather than having them slip down here, get to the roundabout. Because sometimes it can cause a few little issues just because there's more traffic coming through than what needs to be. I know I could set the roundabout up a little bit better and sort out the little kind of slip roads on there a little bit better. But I think we're over the fact that it's a roundabout. I think we are. And once we also kind of complement with our little kind of underpass tunnels that we've got leading down and through, this area is going to flow just beautifully. Now, the reason I want to sort this out, because, and this is where we get onto what our current plans are going to be. Now, remember this. I need to sort this out because there's going to be a lot more vehicles coming from this direction. So that's why I've got to sort this out. Reason being is, our brand new military base we added in last episode is connected up via this road that goes all the way down to here, wiggly all the way down the tier system, and then connect over to here. So no matter what happens, it's going to go down that highway and connect to there. Now you can already see right now there's a lot of vehicles bumping onto it, and it's just going to get so much worse. Now, what I want to do is this road that comes down to here, I want to bring it all the way down and then lead it out to there as another outside the region connection. Once I do that, more vehicles are then going to start coming in, and their only way to get to the main civilization is coming down here and then coming down there to then deciding whether they want to go to Tumbleweed or down to Lost Wages. So that's why I need something a bit more dedicated. Look at it. Look, there we go. Perfect example. I know we could set the roundabout up a little bit better, but we're going to be bringing more traffic here in the long run anyway. So better system is what I need. Now, once I bring this road all the way down and through here, this area is very vibrant in oil. Bit of ore up there, but mainly oil down in this area. I want to create a really old school oil industry and have a really small town. The town's going to be no bigger than Oxbrook, like over here. It's going to be a very smallish town, but it's going to revolve around a really, really old oil industry. Now, it won't be as crazy or as built up or as mad as the Cactus Oil Company. It's just going to be really, really simple. Just enough to provide a few jobs for the few residents that live here. I want to create a really, really isolated desert town on this side. So what I need you guys to do is, one, give me some suggestions on how we should build it and what kind of style or theme we should go with. And two, I'm going to need a name suggestion for it as well. Now, that's what we're going to be setting up in the next few coming episodes. I don't know whether I'm going to do a bridge across or do ferry systems across the river. I might not even do anything with the river and make them all go down that long road that winds and bends all the way around. Now, that's up to you guys. I want you to let me know in the comment section down below. But we'll leave that for now, because that's a headache for a future episode. So before we sort all this out then, your boy Snowy in the comment section said, yo, Sidiac, when we built this bridge, because we've broken the game, I've raised the terrain up really high, it looks really weird. He went, yo, Sidiac, why don't you paint it with concrete? And I'm like, Snowy, you are so damn foolish, but at the same time, you're so damn right. So it's not going to look amazing, But rather than having like a simple dirt pillar, I can paint it with concrete, and you kind of get that vibe. Now, I'll paint around this one. There we go. And I'll paint this one as well. I think these are the only 3 that we have. And then we'll kind of get rid of the painting after. So bring the brush size right down now. And I think that might be a little bit too small. Bring it up a little bit more. Oh! Can I? No, can't undo. Right, if I do it like this. It's actually quite difficult to kind of get rid of it. Right, if I choose this to be 5. So I think this was like the perfect way to kind of sort this out. So your boy Snowy nailed this one. Now, it's not going to be perfect, but from the untrained eye from a distance, it's going to look pretty good. It's going to look pretty good. So when you zoom out, it looks like concrete beams and pillars, rather than just like the weirdness of the freaking dirt rocking and rolling all the way through. Right, paint you just to there. There, hold on. There we go. So, it's not perfect, but it just adds a little bit extra to it. Right. Forget about that then. Appreciate it, Story. But forget about that, because we're now going to focus on this system over here. Look at the monstrosity that it's causing. There's lots of issues. Mainly is vehicles want to flow through. They want to flow through. They want to flow around, all that kind of jazz. So why don't we just set up a dedicated interchange for them, where nobody has to cross anyone's paths and everybody can just flow through so much easier. Once I got this in, this main piece of infrastructure right now, it's going to be able to support many, many projects that we are going to be getting up and running. So, I'm quite excited to build this. I'm probably going to mess it up, but at the same time, I'm quite excited to build this. Anyway, so we know it's 4 lanes. So basically, each road is going in 2 directions. So we've got 2 lanes on each side. So this one's either going to the left or it's going to the right. And obviously this one's either going to the left, to the right. And then that one is obviously going to the left, to the right. So it works out pretty well for us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a random spot. And then we'll kind of mess around with this as time goes on anyway. Pick a random spot. Just do those here. Those there. Those there. So 2 and 2 on each side, which will eventually merge into that road. But I just want to use these as our little waypoint right now. And if I do the same on this side, so we're going to have to actually move that road out a little bit, but that's where all the fun comes into play. So we'll do a 10 here. So double that side, bam, and bam. And I'll do the same on this side as well. So we need them coming down. So if I do it here, 10. Oh, I'm not liking how kind of slightly wonky that is. So, bam. Bam. There we go. So that's how we want to get them all connected up. I might move these ones slightly back a little bit, just so we got a little bit more space to work with. And that's how we're going to get them all connected. It's going to be magical. Trust me, okay, guys? It's going to be magical, so just bear with me on this. Bear with me. So if I bring that down to there, that's a good distance to kind of create something special. So I think what I'll do right now is I'll slightly rotate this one a bit so we've got more of an angle to play around with. And I'm actually going to use the new mod that I installed last episode. So if I select this, and I know these are now pointing, well, that's going in that direction. So if I selected you and you, and then make it go to the front just there. Increase the radius in which it bends. So I'm going to see what we're going to kind of come out with just here right now. What's that bend? Okay, it's a bit too far. There we go. We'll go with that and then press enter. Then we have a nice solid road. Go from here to here. So select the front again. Do the same so it pretty much complements the bend that we've just entered in. So you just got to press the little plus symbol right now to get that bend going on beautifully. So there we go. Just before it kind of goes a bit mental, add that in. And now we've got a straight, I say straight, a complete and utter bend, which is beautiful. Does exactly what I want it to do. Now, this is where we get the crisscrossing action now happening. So where this road will then fly over to connect into there, and then that one will then pass and connect into here. So then if I select you, and select the front section just here, same again. Keep pressing the plus symbol here so we can get a more standardized bend, and press enter. That's going to be interesting. Oh, this is going to be interesting, boys. And then from this one to this one. There we go. Same again. So just before it goes mental like that. Oh, do you know what, to be honest with you? We can get away with this one like that. Enter that in there. Look at this. And then the next set of roads, I was going to make them be overpasses or underpasses. But with them not having to pass over or do what they've got to do, it kind of works out in a really weird way. So you can see right now that kind of goes around to there. So that one then is... So that one... okay, this is where the underpass overpass now happens. So that either underpasses or overpasses to here. And that either underpasses or overpasses to here as well. Right. I mean, I can make them both. No, actually I can't, because they've got to crisscross one another, is what they've got to do. Right, this is where it gets a little bit tasty right now. So, I'll add this one as being the overpass. Now, I can't add it in just yet, how I want to do it. But if I just simply did... Right, if I make it a bit more... How much more can I... No, okay, so that's the biggest the radius will allow me to go. So this is going to, like, anarchy itself in, right? So then what I need to do is then elevate that road. So if I elevated it to there, to there. So if I select all of it, I'll have to anarchy elevate it. Like that. There's like a tad little bit of road there that was kind of caught out. And then if I... Actually, if I delete... Because there is a weird little bit there, isn't there? And then place that one back in. There we go. So then if I elevate or select... Let's just say I select this point here. Because it'll be a good judge for me of how high I need that road to be. So about there is perfect for us. About there is perfect. So what I'll then do is select all my existing nodes on this road. And just for now, I'll make them the same elevation to this. So just for now. Oh, have I missed one? What happened here? That seemed to slope, didn't it? What's going on? Object height of view. Oh no, sorry, it is the same object height. It's because the terrain starts to go up. My bad. Anyway, I'll leave it like that because the main point is it elevates and passes over. Now I'll do the exact same thing, but for this one now going underneath. I like this new tool. It's good. It's good. So selecting you to you. So that pinpoint section there. Increase the radius as much as we can because I want to get it looking pretty sweet. I'm not going to get it any more than... Oh, no. I'm pressing my Discord short keys now. So that's pretty much as good as we're going to get it. So if I just add that in. Now the whole thing's elevated because I've actually had that selected the whole time. But if I upgrade now this to just simply sinking down below. And as I go... That's done the same thing. It's got like a really weird point in there. But that's okay. We can sort this all out. To here. Now I know this section, these two roads that it now overpasses, we have to make them elevated. So if I elevate there. Oh, they're not perfect, but we'll sort them out momentarily. And then if I pick a middle point just there to drop down below to a depth that we are comfortable with. So once we got that set up, I then select all of this to then being that beautiful depth. So don't worry too much about them all being a little bit squiff and completely off right now. because that really doesn't matter. There we go. So now I can then elevate the last few bits of road. It's weird how we get that little double in, isn't it? It really is. Elevate you just there, or can I keep you kind of normal? It's like we need that little extra bit. Now we'll keep that elevated there and there. Oh, no, wrong button. And without me doing anything right now, if this is all connected, this overpass completely works for us. I then got to merge all the roads in together to make them pretty much all connected. So that's where we're going to have to do a few little slight adjustments. I want to delete that bit right there because it is kind of annoying. So straight to there. So even though it's quite dipped down, that will then start to elevate at that point and then it all meet the same end. Very good. Very, very good. Right then, so let's start with this section then. We've sorted it all out. So if we sorted you out to here, and then let's say I picked these nodes right now, and they're all the same object height as you, so that road here slightly elevates up. So then what I do then is select you, and you. I could then just do the simple sloping option, but again, it doesn't really cover that off much. So maybe where's the node for this? Slope it from there instead. And then what I could do here is just slightly bring... Oh, again, we've got 2 in there, haven't we? All right, slightly... I mean, it's not really going to make much difference. Do you know, it actually works perfectly fine there. So the terrain is perfect at that point. And all this is now going to be coming together. So we'll shorten the distance of this. Because that there is a full 10 piece to the next node. Or 11 there, 10 there. So if I go here by the 5, do that straight across, and then, oh, no, can I delete please? It won't let me delete. There we go. There we go. So we shorten that distance just so then we can then combine them in to the 2-lane road. So we'll kind of stick out a little bit to give it a little bit of space to work with. I'm trying to get that smack bang in the middle, which is going to be difficult. But we'll just do it like that and flip it around. And then that's when we merge these 2 in. So obviously one that way, one that way. It's going to look a little bit weird to begin with, but that's where the move it tool comes into play. So, oh, I'm on the wrong mode selected. So bow that out a bit, bring that in. Not bad. There we go. There we go. So it all merges into one, and then we just merge these 2 into one of these. So if I bring that, let's say here, to there, like this, and again we do some more match. So I'm actually going to bring these nodes in a bit. Just sort it all out, and then we kind of combined it all in. So I'm just going to get this now kind of slightly bend out to connect in a bit more. And then no one's going to be tripping over one another when it comes to that previous roundabout that we had in. Granted, it's got the little road connection there we're going to sort out. But if I delete back, and again, let's use our new connection tool. All right, put that on normal. So from there to there. There we go. It doesn't really create a bend, does it? I mean, I can add a plus to it. It'll add some extra. Let's say it kind of adds a few extra nodes. I say nodes, segments is the what I'm looking for. I can press this, which is my Discord buttons. It adds to it. So do you know what? Actually, that gets away with it. The more I add in, the more it kind of adds a slight bend. Add that in. Okay, but it's added. Oh, because I slipped onto this road. I'm so foolish. But you get the same angle on it, so it just kind of angles nicely. It all works out well in the end, doesn't it? So then the only thing left for us to do at this point is making sure that the lane connections are all set up. There we go. And that we make sure that each of these junctions the vehicles can flow through and they don't get accidentally caught stopping, which can be kind of like a little bit of a pain. So now then, I just need to implement that then to the other two. Now, granted, the Uxbrook right now is no longer connected down to here. I don't really know what the best option for me to be to do this, whether I make it go under an underpass to kind of bring it in so the connection moves a little bit further away from this junction. It's probably what I'll end up doing, but let's get this sorted anyway. So, I don't know whether to kind of copy and paste it or just create a new one altogether. I mean, each area is going to be slightly different, so it's probably the best bet, isn't it? So first things first then. Select these three nodes right now and align to the object height of view, because this one here is now going to be slightly ramped up. So we'll take it to there and we'll slope it so it gradually comes down. And I deleted back by 5. I don't know whether to do it on this one because it does elevate up. We'll just kind of keep it as it is. So if I take then this and start... I'll do it on this side first. Which is actually going to be difficult to try and squeeze any of this in right now. Alright, just there. Bam. It's quite difficult, isn't it? But we got there at the end. Right, what is this now select done? Yeah, get rid of you. There we go. So quickly sort this out then. So just a little bit of patience, a little bit of time working on this little setup. And then we'll never have any more issues in the long run, which I'm quite excited about. So then this, if I pick it from... Now this is going to be different because of generally it's just going to be angled. So I don't know how this is going to play off. Let me delete it just there. Right, if I do it to here, I can run you off in that direction, run you off in here. So this is angled, so it's going to be naturally a bit different in general. But that's fine. That is actually quite fine. Now if I bring this down, you down, you down, just so I can drop that down a bit more. So this side's done. All I got to do right now is the lane management. So you're fine, fine, fine. And it's just here. I'll double check these. They got to make them flow through. That's sorted there. Not amazing. Doesn't look the prettiest of all junctions. But we need that additional infrastructure now taking place. Now this is going to be the interesting one. So delete, delete. There's Oxbrook's road. So if I just quickly... Yeah, I'll delete the road. But I'll bring it back out only to a certain extent to here for the houses just there. And then we'll build what we need to build here. So... Look at the sheer drop right now. Okay, so first things first, so we need to make sure that these are all elevated on the same platform. So we'll do it to the height of you. So we've got to do both sides right now. So you, and you, and that node there will then slope it, which slopes fine anyway. And then from here to here, there to there. I'm hoping that this slopes all right too. Or whether or not I need to add in that additional one just here. So the slope happens a bit more earlier because that's already elevated high anyway. So yeah, we're pretty much on the same level playing field at this point. So start with this then. So in between the two, or is it easy to do it on this side? It's difficult. I'll give you that. Right, we're going to come from further back. Right, I started there. Boom. There we go. So I've come from further back, which is okay. Is that slightly ajar? But we should be able to get away with it. Bam. Ooh. Bam. 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 So we sort all this out right now. There we go. Wonderful. Obviously, there's some height differentials going on, taking place. But it's just the nature of how the road is. There we go. And of course, we're not taking it all the way through. So I'll chop it up just here. To where then we'll bring this road in. So I'll put it back a bit. So at least we can get some type of a slight bend on it. We'll bring these in. So the bend's not too much. I didn't really do it over there, but then that was at such a slight angle. It is what it is. So if I delete to here, and then while selected on that road, we'll then go on to create our connection here again. So from there to there, hold this down and let it add as many segments in as we can, because the more segments it adds in, the more of the bend it then goes on to create. Oh, I keep pressing my Discord buttons. Sediak! Folio. Add that in. Wiggles just nice. So the whole of Oxbrook now is not going to be connected to this road. Not just yet anyway, until I figure out a better connection, but it's still connected to this connection over here. I'll eventually kind of create something better over there. So all I've got to do right now, sort out this, all good. Sort out them flowing through. This should be all good here. And now just sit back, relax, and just watch this whole thing crumble to the ground. No, I'm joking. We should be all good. So back into play mode then. It will take a minute or two for everyone to figure out what is now the new route that they can take. Because I've just gone from having a roundabout to then completely destroying any logic that these guys had. So give it a minute or two then for them to settle down and understand how this whole system now works for them. So we'll have a lot of vehicles doubling back on the roundabouts right now because they were, got thrown into the wrong lane and all that kind of stuff. But this should allow them to now go in their directions and completely flow through the area without having to hit a roundabout and come to a full stop. Because we're going to have so much more demand for traffic coming down here, I've got to be able to bulk it all up. It's a must. It is a must. So these little roads here where they are crisscrossing over, we'll get them to kind of preset in their ways. Because I can see them being an issue in the long run. I'd rather them change lanes on the highway further up than on, this section where they're meant to be stuck in their lanes anyway. So now give it a minute or two for these vehicles to pass through. And we should be rocking and rolling, boys. So there's more traffic on this road right now than there would ever be in a normal world. It's just all down to the fact that we have everybody thrown onto it all at once. So these are taking a while to move. They just keep randomly stopping there. Why is the speed limit over here? It's all on 80. There's no junctions there. Is there any random nodes? No, we're all okay. I think it's just because one stops, it then causes like a tailback for everybody else. Which is hilarious. It's like, he breaks, which makes then all these guys break. Can everyone stop braking, please? You got a long way to skedaddle through. Right. Oh! There was something there. There was something there. Right. Okay. Oh, snap. So these guys should now flow through no issues. I thought there was something. So they should now all flow through with no issues. There's a little tower back here as everyone has got to go back around the roundabout to a certain extent to be able to get back in their right direction. But this should flow nice. This should flow nice, and also Oxbrook. That turning right here and coming back down is going to be a big pain for everybody living in Oxbrook right now. So I think it might be a good idea then to kind of get these guys semi-sorted, wouldn't it? I think it would. Now, what I'll do for these guys is add the connection just here. I'll bring it out by 6. So if I then drop this down by 8, bring it under, and then back up to 10, just to make it go underneath this. Then this here, I elevate it up, so it continues up. And then let's actually use this road then to add another connection in. So if I'm here to here, add it on these points, and it's already set up perfectly. So add that in. There we go. It's not perfectly sloped, might I add, but I can do that. I'm going to actually slope it now with this. So set slope mode. So you to here to there. And we'll bring the slope all the way down. Yeah, so there's fine. So if I press enter, it's a more dignified slope going all the way around, which means I've got to sort out all of this, but I like how it's dug in. Just for these guys' simple connection. So I've set it up to there, so it's a little bit further away from this. I don't know how busy that will then become. But hopefully that thing's rock and roll. And I've got to do a secondary one around here. I might even just kind of create a cross route over to there, because then they can just come down to here and then go underneath. That'd probably be the better option for us. Connect that to that. But for now, I'll leave it like this. I'll leave it like this. This is going to cause a lot of issues on this junction. I'm well aware of this. But nonetheless, it's a small town. We'll see how it goes. That's all I can say. So even though this is pretty much all we're going to be building today in today's episode, this is really important. This is really important that we've got this set up, because now I can add more vehicles to the highway, this highway system I've got going on right now. And this junction here that was getting overwhelmed will now be able to handle the flow of traffic a lot easier. Not so much confident with this, but we'll just kind of see how it goes as time goes on. It's just because I know I'm going to be pulling a lot more vehicles down this road as we kind of build more over here. And there's more vehicles anyway in general as more and more people come out of the airport. So it gives me a great confidence boost in that our infrastructure is slightly upgraded. Very good. Very good. And we got the little underpass tunnels all the way down to Los Wages. It's looking a lot better than how it once was. I feel good about this. So on that note, we will be ending it today, guys, but we got a lot of projects and stuff planned coming up. If you're hyped about that and want to see it, make sure you smash that like button down below. But until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.